Well, in this segment, we're going to continue our discussion of biblical stewardship investing here on the Lord and Richard Show. I'm Colin Richards. I'm Denver's biblical investment advisor. And we're talking about how to apply our Lord's principles in Luke 12 regarding making eternal investments. He tells us to sell what we have, to give mercifully, to invest in things that don't grow old or rot or get stolen. And so eternal investing involves strategies to avoid giving money away to the government that would be better invested to the kingdom. You know, one of our other principles is that we should render to Caesar, to the government, that which is Caesar's, but unto God, that which is God's. So don't give God's money to Caesar, right? So we want to pay our fair share of taxes, but not one dime more. So in the prior segment of this show, we talked about what it meant to utilize gift tax exclusions and the unified credit, the lifetime gift and estate tax exemption of $11.7 million through 2025. Now, some of you may not have estates that large, but it's possible that when this law causes lapses in 2025 and we revert back to lower estate tax limits, that you might find yourself included now all of a sudden in the estate tax, which is onerous. Another way that you can give is so you can get that gifting done now to take advantage of those very nice exclusions. And then you can also make direct payments to medical and educational providers. You can do that on top of the $15,000 annual gift exclusion. If you give beyond your gift exclusion, now you've got a lifetime gift and estate tax exemption. If you go beyond that, then you're going to pay gift taxes and you're going to pay estate taxes. So you can give on top of those exclusions directly to medical and educational providers. So if you're wanting to do something for grandkids or for somebody that you love that's going through a medical challenge. Now, remember something else. Your cost basis is going to transfer directly to the recipient. So you've got to realize that when you do gift in this manner, that you're getting rid of what we call the step up in basis. If you transfer assets on death, such as stock, those assets no doubt have grown over your lifetime in value, and that growth we call a capital gain, and the tax rates are quite favorable on that. And as a matter of fact, if you pass them on to a loved one, generally speaking, there will be no taxes due because that cost basis will be just raised. What you originally paid will be raised to today's value so that there's no tax due. Well, if you gift in the ways we're talking about, you will gift the cost basis that you paid. So if you paid $1 for a stock and it's now worth $2, when you gift it, you're going to give that cost basis of $1 to your friend or your loved one, and they're going to potentially owe taxes on the increase of that. So some assets, certain types of assets may be better left for death to receive the step up in basis. You say, well, how do I sort this kind of thing out? Well, that's where we come in. That's where a competent, capable, compassionate advisor at Lord and Richards can help you navigate that. We have a deep bench when it comes to taxes. We have certified financial planner, chartered financial consultant. We have certified tax specialists. On and on it goes. We have access to CPAs, attorneys that work with and for our clients. So all of this can become complicated. I guess the principle here is before you gift, give in a wise way. Give wisely. And then avoid giving excess money to the government, not only by giving money now, but by planning ahead. I've already mentioned certain types of trusts in other segments that can be used for the benefit of those who may receive assets. One is a charitable remainder trust. You gift the money to charity so that there is no tax, but while you're alive, you can be living on it. You can be withdrawing for your health, education, maintenance, and support, and then the remainder goes to charity. You can use an irrevocable life insurance trust to transfer your estate without estate tax worries to the next generation. All these are wonderful tools that are available to us. And we can do that by also utilizing current tools to give now, not just in the future. We can use a donor-advised fund. A donor-advised fund is a place where you can put money aside now for charity, and then later on, it can be taken out and actually used for the charity, but you get the tax deduction now. Really wonderful opportunity. In addition to the donor advised fund, you can also use a foundation. This has been my personal choice in establishing the Foundation for Global Education. That's a foundation where all of the assets that are in that foundation go to Christian, charitable, and educational work, both at home here in the United States and abroad, with a heavy concentration on helping and reaching the most unreached and most unhelped in our entire world. And the Foundation for Global Education receives the profits of Lord & Richards. So we take what God has blessed us in abundance here at Lord & Richards, and we put that to eternal kingdom use. You say, oh, a foundation sounds complicated. It doesn't have to be. It can be relatively simple and straightforward. You can have IRS 501c3 status, meaning that the money you put in there is eligible for a tax deduction. But it all, of course, has to be done properly. And that's one thing that we make available in addition to all of our planning services is we have wonderful access to estate planning and other types of attorneys to help our clients through. And we do that at a greatly reduced cost. It doesn't really, the fees for attorney services don't come to us at Lord & Richards. They're a service that we provide. And then the final gifting idea here is a qualified charitable distribution, also known as QCDs for short. And this is where we give money over and above or in place of our required minimum distribution. So when you hit 72, if you have an IRA, you're going to be asked politely by the government, by the IRS, to take money out of that and then pay taxes. And then you can put it wherever you want. Well, there is a wonderful tool that you can use and instead have your IRA custodian, so wherever your IRA sits, have your IRA custodian send a check directly to a charitable organization. And that satisfies your RMD, your required minimum distribution. You don't have to pay tax on it because it was a charitable contribution. And here's the cool part. It's over and above your standard deduction or Schedule A itemized deductions. Well, these can be extremely complex topics, and we want to have the opportunity to visit with you, to talk to you about your financial situation and see perhaps where we at Lord & Richards can help. We have a wonderful team of competent, compassionate advisors who are meeting with folks just like you every single day to help you achieve financial independence from a biblical point of view. I'd love to chat with you. I'd love to have the opportunity to have you meet my team and to talk more about your goals, dreams, and values and how we can help you develop a plan for financial independence.